They were kind of trolling her. She was kind of trolling herself. And the whole thing gave us like a big like inside scoop as to some of the more viral moments that Clark has been involved in and what was going on in her head. Like this clip where Taylor Swift is whispering something into Caitlyn's ear and they have like a dialogue back and forth. Plenty of people were wondering what was actually said, what could be said between these two giant stars. And Megan Rapinoe just bluntly, flat out asks her, and she says, "Don't lie."
The All-Star Weekend festivities provided basketball fans with unprecedented access to Caitlin Clark's personality through her appearance on the popular A Touch More podcast hosted by Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe. The session delivered candid insights into several viral moments that had captured public attention throughout Clark's rookie campaign. Among Clark's numerous media obligations during the weekend, the podcast appearance stood out for its relaxed atmosphere and revealing conversations. The hosts introduced their guest with dramatic flair, using entrance music reminiscent of championship teams while playfully dubbing her as every official's preferred player. This lighthearted introduction established a tone that encouraged honest dialogue throughout the recording.
What were you actually saying?
Don't lie to us. Honestly, like, I love football and I know a lot about football, so I was like telling her like why they threw a flag or like, but in the best way. Like,
she doesn't know a lot about
I don't
football.
even know everything. Like, so I was just explaining things, but yeah, that was really fun. I'm a big Chiefs fan, so getting to spend time with Taylor, and then also Travis played really well that game. The Chiefs.
One particularly intriguing revelation centered on Clark's interaction with pop superstar Taylor Swift during a Kansas City Chiefs playoff game. Speculation had run wild about their whispered conversation, with fans creating numerous theories about what two of America's most prominent young celebrities might discuss. When directly questioned about the exchange, Clark provided a surprisingly mundane but charming explanation. According to Clark, her extensive football knowledge became the foundation for their conversation. As a dedicated Chiefs supporter, she found herself explaining penalty calls and game situations to Swift, whose romantic relationship with Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce has made her a regular presence at games.
A game the Chiefs won. It was the playoffs. Our guy Tommy was there with us.
Tommy right there in the backdrop.
Yeah, you know, the Letterman jacket.
Yeah, the Letterman
never comes off.
Yeah, there's a knit.
Is there
under
a knit
there?
there?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was cold. Like, I look, my face is all nice and red. I kind of look tan, but as you know, I'm not a tan person. But so I was just chilly. But
amazing. Okay,
it was fun. That was fun.
For those of you who don't know, Taylor Swift is dating Kansas City Chiefs Travis Kelce. But I would assume that
Despite dating one of football's biggest stars, Swift apparently benefits from Clark's expertise in understanding the sport's complexities. Clark described the surreal nature of reaching a celebrity level where casual conversations with global superstars become possible. The moment represented a personal milestone, highlighting how professional basketball success had elevated her cultural significance beyond sports boundaries. Another viral moment addressed during the podcast involved Clark's confrontation with Atlanta Dream player Ryan Howard. Social media had widely circulated a freeze-frame image capturing Clark's facial expression during their on-court exchange, creating numerous memes and interpretations of her demeanor.
But I would assume that possibly Taylor Swift does not know a lot about football, even though, you know, she is dating one of the biggest NFL stars to date. And Caitlyn, being a pretty much self-proclaimed Chiefs superfan, knows a lot about football, so she was just enlightening her new bud. Honestly, I feel like that moment must have been like a superhuman moment for Caitlin Clark, just to realize that one of your favorite stars, like, you are at the level of one of your favorite stars now. You're sitting down, having conversations, and like whispering things into each other.
The discussion revealed Clark's self-deprecating humor as she acknowledged the unflattering nature of the captured moment. She explained that the confrontation arose from Howard's physical play, to which Clark responded with defiant confidence, essentially communicating her fearlessness despite the opponent's intimidation attempts. Clark's commentary on the incident demonstrated her ability to laugh at herself while providing context for moments that generated significant online attention. She particularly found humor in how the still image made her appear less composed than she felt during the actual exchange. The conversation also covered Clark's remarkable shooting performance against the New York Liberty, specifically her contested shot over Breanna Stewart.
Mother's ear. That must have been such a crazy moment for her, but that was not the only thing that they talked about. You might recognize such images as this, which is moments after Caitlin Clark and Ryan Howard of the Atlanta Dream had a scuffle on the court. They were talking trash to each other, and this still just kind of blew up as like a moment where Caitlin Clark was supposed to be like super serious and being like, I don't care. And they talk about it on the show and just totally had fun with it.
Clark expressed amazement at successfully shooting over one of the league's most imposing defenders, describing Stewart's wingspan as nearly 8 feet and acknowledging the difficulty of the attempt. The mutual respect between competitors became evident as both players shared laughter over the improbable shot, with Liberty coach Sandy Brondello also joining the lighthearted reaction. This moment illustrated the competitive spirit balanced with sportsmanship that characterizes elite basketball. A particularly amusing segment addressed an incident where Clark ended up on the floor near courtside spectator Sue Bird after a controversial non-call. Bird's internal struggle about whether to assist Clark highlighted the awkward position of being a former star observing current players in compromising situations.
So good. This might be my goofy that you're talking about. This is goofy that you're talking about. Goofy Caitlin.
I feel like every game there's always like a new meme of me doing something.
This one is top notch. I don't even know what happened.
I mean,
I do.
What game is this?
I have no idea. Atlanta. Ryan Howard was trying to rough you up.
Oh, is that I was
this?
like, I don't care. I don't care.
You're like, I'm not scared of you.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
I'm not scared of you.
Clark's injury recovery has become a significant concern for Indiana Fever supporters and league officials. Recent medical evaluations suggest her condition may be more complex than initially reported, with team medical staff taking cautious approaches to her return timeline. Speculation surrounds potential treatment options, including advanced therapies not widely available domestically. International medical tourism for professional athletes seeking cutting-edge treatments has become increasingly common, with facilities in Dubai and Central America offering experimental procedures not approved in American healthcare systems. Stem cell therapy represents one potential avenue for accelerating recovery from soft tissue injuries, though regulatory restrictions limit domestic availability.
I'm not scared of you.
Who are you?
Yeah,
I did
exactly.
say that.
Oh, it was so good. I
thought it was tough. I thought it was tough. And
Oh, it was so good.
I thought it was tough. I thought it was tough, and then this is what I look like.
Honestly, the freeze frame doesn't do you justice.
Like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I didn't actually look like that, right?
No, you were not that goofy in real time. This is so good. In real time, you were like, let's fucking go. Like, I'm right here. My whole face is right here. Freeze frame. You're like, my whole
Athletes frequently travel internationally to access these treatments, which show promise for muscle and tendon rehabilitation. The uncertainty surrounding Clark's availability has implications beyond individual performance, affecting team chemistry and strategic planning for the remainder of the season. Her absence creates opportunities for other players while potentially limiting Indiana's competitive ceiling. Meanwhile, the New York Liberty made waves by securing Emma MEESSEMAN, the Belgian basketball standout whose international credentials and championship experience immediately elevated their title aspirations. MEESSEMAN's decision process reportedly prioritized playing in a city with European cultural similarities, making New York a logical destination.
frame. You're like, my whole face is right here. Tough.
Oh my hair's all messed up. I just got hit.
Yeah, you hadn't fixed the pony
No,
yet.
I hadn't.
I think the moment where she laughs about her hair was so funny and felt so genuine. You get to like peek inside the window of Caitlin Clark's brain or what she might have been thinking. Brings us to our next moment where Caitlin Clark shot over the New York Liberty's very, very tall and lengthy Breanna Stewart in a highly contested.
The signing surprised many observers who expected MEESSEMAN might join other contending teams. Her specific requirements included playing for a championship-caliber organization in a cosmopolitan environment, criteria that aligned perfectly with Liberty's offerings. MEESSEMAN brings elite three-point shooting ability combined with versatile defensive capabilities, addressing key roster needs for a team already possessing championship-level talent. Her recent Eurobasket championship, alongside future WNBA teammates, demonstrates her ability to perform in high-pressure situations. The addition essentially completes what many analysts consider the league's most formidable roster construction.
TV, act like that's the predominant opinion, that can sway us away from the truth. That can warp the reality. And that has happened over and over again, particularly when it comes to Caitlin Clark, because Clark has been painted as if she is some sort of controversial individual. And I have maintained, you can go check the receipts over and over again, what actually matters is the people that are buying seats. What actually matters is the people that are turning on their TVs. And if you're in those environments, you don't.
With established stars like Brianna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu anchoring the core, MEESSEMAN provides the complementary skill set necessary for sustained playoff success. New York's statistical profile supports championship expectations, ranking among league leaders in offensive efficiency while maintaining strong defensive metrics. Early season struggles against tougher competition revealed areas for improvement, but recent roster moves address those concerns. The team's pace of play and offensive rating combination creates matchup problems for opponents, while MEESSEMAN's arrival adds another dimension to their scoring versatility. When Jonquil Jones returns from injury, the Liberty will possess unprecedented depth at every position.
Turning on their TVs. And if you're in those environments, you don't hear none of that BS and garbage. None of it. Ever. I've never heard it. In all these games I've attended or whatever, never heard any of that ugly I've heard people come up to me and, in real life and said, why is Caitlin Clark getting beat up on the court? Or do players really hate Caitlin Clark? That kind of stuff does, get there. And some of that stuff is because of what has happened on the floor, right? Like on the basketball court. But I'm talking about, when you get even further beyond that into some of the ugliness of social.
Schedule analysis reveals that early season difficulties partly resulted from facing stronger opponents while other contenders played weaker schedules. As competition levels normalize throughout the league, New York's talent advantage should become more apparent. The Liberty's bench strength rivals most teams' starting lineups, providing coach Sandy Brondello with numerous tactical options during crucial playoff moments. This depth becomes particularly valuable during the postseason grind, where rotation management often determines championship outcomes. Defensive versatility represents another significant advantage, with multiple players capable of switching assignments without compromising team concepts.
Further beyond that, into some of the ugliness of social media and Caitlin Clark being cast as some sort of figure for hate and the race debates that have taken place and all that nonsense that I've never heard people talk about for the most part when they're cheering and up and rooting and getting invested in a basketball game, because I've always said that's what her popularity is based on, the basketball aspect of things. That's the real story. And it's really the story that why are the WNBA players being able to fight for more pay?
MEESSEMAN's addition enhances this flexibility while maintaining offensive production expectations. The combination of veteran leadership, proven performers, and strategic additions positions New York as the clear championship favorite entering the season's final stretch. Their roster construction addresses every conceivable weakness while maximizing individual player strengths within a cohesive system. For competitors hoping to challenge the Liberty's dominance, the MEESSEMAN signing represents a decisive moment in championship race dynamics. Teams must now recalibrate their own roster constructions and strategic approaches to match New York's elevated talent level.
The story that why are the WNBA players being able to fight for more pay? Because the league is more popular now, not because somebody was typing something and it got amplified. Or, look at the mistake of social media being treated like real life around the Fever fans on the opener. So I thought it was kind of cool to see Cece echo that sentiment. And here's what she said about that when joining the show.
Well, I think first, you have to remember, like, social media is just like such a false perception of reality. And even for myself, like, you don't always realize.
The signing's timing allows for seamless integration before playoff competition begins, giving MEESSEMAN ample opportunity to develop chemistry with teammates and understand system requirements. This preparation time could prove crucial during high-stakes postseason matchups. Basketball analysts widely interpret the move as New York's definitive championship statement, signaling organizational commitment to maximizing their current competitive window. The investment reflects confidence in the roster's ability to deliver the franchise's ultimate goal. Caitlin Clark appeared as a guest on Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe's podcast, A Touch More, generating numerous clips across platforms.
Like, you don't always realize that at times. Like, it's not the real world. And, you know, when you're in a position of, you know, people are going to love you, people aren't going to like you. But I think when I show up to arenas, those are the moments that like really remind me of like how many people are really there supporting you and loving you. Like the little boys and the little girls, those are the people that are on social media, like caring about every decision you make or every comment you make. But also at the same time, I feel like I just try to show up every single day and be myself and approach it that way and just be authentically me. And
the complete episode remains available through linked descriptions. One specific segment deserves attention because it reinforces a frequently emphasized concept. Digital platforms don't represent actual reality. Countless online controversies receive amplification as though they reflect genuine fan sentiment, consumer opinion, or general public perspective. This approach creates significant errors. These reactions can occasionally mirror authentic sporting community feelings and serve useful purposes as communication tools.
Be myself and approach it that way and just be authentically me. And you know, whether that's hard questions or hard moments, whatever it is, I think you kind of just take it as it goes. And you know, I always try to remind myself how lucky I am to be here and be in this position too. Like there would be so many people that would kill to be in my shoes. So you know, there's gonna be hard moments, but at the same time there's been a lot of really good moments too. So that's kind of what I just try to remind myself, honestly.
So, you know, again, she absolutely nails it there. And the truth of the matter is Caitlin Clark is universally beloved. You don't get as popular as she has without people.
However, when statements achieve viral status on digital platforms, television commentators often present them as mainstream viewpoints. This treatment distorts truth and warps reality consistently, particularly regarding Caitlin Clark's public perception. Clark has been portrayed as a divisive personality, yet evidence consistently contradicts this characterization. Actual significance lies with ticket purchasers and television audiences.
Truth of the matter is Caitlin Clark is universally beloved. You don't get as popular as she has without people of all races, genders, ages, celebrating you. And that doesn't mean she doesn't have people who dislike her or root against her, but at large, you know, you can't fake that funk, right? It's right in front of all of us. But then when she talks about tough times, obviously she's going through one now. I mentioned this on the live earlier, but the Fever had practice again today. No update from Stephanie White. Sort of echoed what she said yesterday about Caitlin Clark seeing doctors and being evaluated.
Within those authentic environments, none of that negative discourse appears. Such ugliness never emerges during live game attendance experiences. Real-world conversations involve questions like, why does Caitlin Clark face physical targeting on court? Or do players genuinely dislike Caitlin Clark? These inquiries sometimes stem from on-court incidents and basketball-related events. The discussion extends beyond court activities into social media ugliness, where Clark becomes cast as a hate symbol, triggering race-related debates and similar nonsense rarely mentioned by fans cheering and investing emotionally in basketball games.
And being evaluated. This is the comments from yesterday.
Well, I haven't seen C since the game last night, but you know, I think she's progressing. I think that we're continuing to address, you know, everything that needs to be addressed. She's going to see some doctors and get some more tests run early in the week. You know, I don't expect her to be available on Tuesday. So we're just going to continue to take it one day at a time and let her get her evaluations early this week. And then once we've done that, hopefully we'll have more of a clear line of what it looks like.
She is making
her popularity fundamentally stems from basketball performance aspects. This represents the genuine narrative explaining why WNBA players can advocate for increased compensation. League popularity has grown, not because online typing received amplification. Consider the error of treating social media like reality regarding Fever fans during season openers. Clark echoed these sentiments during her podcast appearance, stating social media creates such false reality perceptions.